Hello everybody, this is Lincoln Pereira and this is a very quick video I have recorded for especially for our group to inform you that I'm now ready to launch my new course, which is known as end-to-end implementation of SAP Fiori. Okay. Now, as you know, SAP has introduced SAP Fiori in 2013, initially with 25 applications, but over the years SAP has been adding a lot of new Fiori applications and content into its Fiori library, and companies have been adopting Fiori at a very rapid pace. Okay, and the main reason for them to do so is because SAP Fiori enhances the end user experience when they're interacting with the SAP system, because now earlier users only were able to interact with the SAP system using the SAP GUI, but now they can interact with the SAP system using their smartphones, using their tablets, using mobile devices, or even their desktop, and that is possible because of SAP Fiori. Okay, so so that's why the demand for SAP consultants is increasing, and when you're working with SAP Fiori, you will have SAP Fiori encompasses a lot of technologies, and that is why when you are working as a Fiori consultant, you will be required to work on multiple platforms or multiple technologies at the same time, right? And that means you will have to interact with multiple people, like you will have to interact with basis people, security, functional people, end users, etc. Okay, business users. And so that means there are a lot of moving parts in a particular typical Fiori implementation, and that is why I have decided to develop such a course which will take you from start to end of what are the roles which you might need to be performing when you are at a client side as an SAP Fiori consultant. Okay, that is why this course is known as end-to-end implementation of SAP Fiori. Okay, so what exactly do I mean by end-to-end implementation? So end-to-end implementation typically means deployment of Fiori, configuring SAP Fiori, developing new applications to run on Fiori landscape, and then finally enhancing standard Fiori applications. Okay, so these are the four components typically you might be required to know as a Fiori consultant, and that is the main focus of this course, in which you are going to learn deployment, configuration, development, and enhancement of standard Fiori applications. Okay, all right, so that's the main focus of this course, and again, because this course, all these parts, all these components are too much to learn, and I do not want you to just learn it without understanding all the stuff, right? So like in my previous courses, I have always adopted the strategy to explain to you in detail so that you understand the core fundamentals confidently. That is why I have decided to split this course up into 3 parts. Okay, so the course is typically broken into 3 parts, and the first part would be talking about deployment and configuration, in which you will be understanding what are the how is the Fiori landscape set up, what are the various deployment packages. So when you go to your client site, basically how are you going to analyze their current environment, what are their current system packages, and how you can advise your client or a company of how they need packages they need to deploy if they want to move towards Fiori. Okay, so that is what we'll understand, and then once you do that, of course SAP has given a lot of tools to make our life simple. So you will learn about maintenance optimizer, you have Saint or Spam, and all these other transactions. We'll go through all of them in the course, and then and I'll explain to you how you can set up your own environment. Okay, so once you do that, then we will proceed to the next step, where you will understand, then you will talk to your company or your client, and then you will know what sort of applications do they really want to deploy on their landscape. So once you do that workshop, then you will understand, okay, the company wants to go with such and such applications. Then we will understand how you can deploy those applications and make them available to your end user by giving them certain roles, tiles and catalogs, etc. So we'll brush up on that component also, and how you can make custom roles and how you can give custom authorizations to your end users so that they can interact better with their Fiori application. So we will understand everything. You will, by the end of part 1, you will understand how you can set up the Fiori launchpad for your end users so that they can run end-to-end Fiori applications. Okay, so that is part 1. After that, we will move to part 2. In part 2, we will then develop a complete end-to-end Fiori application. Okay, and then we will deploy it onto our Fiori Launchpad. So when you are developing a Fiori application, you have to again wear a number of hats. Meaning, you will have to first understand what is OData. You will have to develop your own OData services, register those services, etc. And then we will build a SAP UI5 application on WebID. And then based on that OData, to consume that OData service, and then we will deploy this application onto our Fiori Launchpad. All right. So, and after that, after deployment, of course, we will have to build some new roles to give that authorization to the end user. So that part we will cover in part 2. After that, we will move to part 3. Okay. And in part 3, we will then understand how to enhance a standard Fiori application. So basically, SAP has already pre-delivered a large number of applications. Okay, but again, when you go to your client side, the client, and you deploy a standard application to your client's launchpad, right? And when the client interacts with that application, they will realize that there are some elements which are missing, or some elements are extra which the client does not really use. Then you will be required to either hide them, make them invisible, or you might be asked to add more components onto the screen. Okay, so these are typical jobs that a Fiori consultant may be expected to do, and that is why we will understand the enhancement part in part 3. Okay, and of course, after enhancing, you will have to deploy that application onto the launchpad. So we'll cover everything end to end, and that is why I have named this course as end-to-end Fiori implementation. All right, so with this brief video, I just wanted to let you know that I am ready to launch this course now. So in a short while, I will send you all the information, what is the syllabus, what you need to do, how you need to go through. All of that will be cleared, and I will send you an email also with the detailed instructions. Go through that, and I will advise you, if you are keen on to upgrading your knowledge, then do definitely join this course, because this is, again, I'm specially launching this course only for our group right now. After my first launch is over, and of course after you guys are satisfied with what you've learned, then I will if the response is good, I might open this up for general audience for consumption. Okay, so right now this course is limited to very few people, meaning of course our group only. So do take advantage of this and do join it, and give me your feedback. And if you do not like this course, of course, everything, you can always come back to me for a money back, etc., if you don't like the course, or of course you can give me feedback of how I can improve this course better. Okay, all right. So with that said, thank you for watching this quick video. Just wanted to give you that heads up, and I will send you an email with all the instructions, all the details. Do go through it and do join the course. All right, take care. Bye.